Hey, welcome back to the table, Bucks Gearbox. Welcome to a new year. It's my first video of the new year, and today we're going to be talking about what I carried most last year in 2023. So yeah, what I carried most last year out of my small but growing pocket knife collection. And I love seeing these videos when other people make them, and I love seeing what other people carry. So stick around and make sure to post in the comments after the video what it is you carried the most last year. I would definitely be interested in seeing what everybody's loadouts were. I want to start with some honorable mentions and then end with kind of a short list of things I'm actually really looking forward to in 2024. It's going to be a cool year, I think. Let's talk about the honorable mentions. If you've seen some of my most carried videos before, this has not changed. I carry this P&W Bushcraft carry organizer tray transforming thing. It's awesome. And in it, I have my Spyderco Dragonfly 2 with K390. And also I carry this Chris Reeves in Yossi. I kind of embed it in there and keep the sheath inside this. It's kind of a nice little carry package. I always have that with me in my backpack. I also always carry a small pouch of tools, and in that I usually have my Leatherman Skeletool with me wherever I go. It's pretty handy to have one of these. I'm sure that many of you do. And then I also almost always have one of my OTFs in that pouch as well. I'm not exactly sure why. I don't know if there's a strategy behind that or anything. It's just something that I seem to do. If it's not this Microtech UTX 85, then it's my Hogue Counter-Strike. I love that one. And also honorable mention, these are also kind of backpack carries, but sometimes I do carry them in my pockets, but I typically have one or both of these with me somewhere. This is my Giant Mouse GMF 1F and this beautiful leather pouch. One of my favorite fixed blades of all time. And this is my Hinderer XM18. I love this thing. So there's my kind of honorable mentions. They didn't really make my everyday carry rotation, but they are things I have with me, I guess, every day, just not always on my person, usually in a bag. I also left my NAFSCO Lander in my car one day, and it's lived there for 4 or 5 months. I love that little knife. I probably should get it out. All right, this is actually a 10+1 because I had 11 knives in my rotation and I didn't think about that until after I'd planned out the video script. So I'm adding one in here. 10+1, most carried in order of least carried to most carried in a very non-scientific way. I didn't keep a journal or anything, but none of these were like test runs that I carried for, like less than a week or two and then put away and never carried again. None of these were me just trying something out after I bought it. These are all knives that were, and many that still are, in my pocket knife rotation all the time. So I love all of these. This is not a top 10 favorites list. Actually, some of my favorites are not on this list. This is just my most carried, literally most carried of last year, 2023. Some were new to me this year, but many of these I've had for much longer. It was really hard to figure this out. My top 10 +1, here's the +1. This one is, I thought about putting in honorable mentions because it was kind of late to the party. I got this in December and I did a video of this one. I've had it less than a month, but I have carried it a ton. The Civivi Vision FG. This thing is stinking awesome. Go check out my video on that. That's my number 11. We're gonna put that over there. Number 10, moving on, Spyderco Para 3, the kind of exclusive from River's Edge Cutlery with the Scorpion and the 10V steel. Very exciting. Para 3 is one of my favorite knives of all time. Most carried knife as well. Some other ones got carried more this year, obviously. I thought that was pretty interesting. Moving right along, number 9, this is a very budget-friendly knife, along with the Civivi Vision FG. This is the CJRB Pyrite. I carried the Wharncliffe more than I carried the plain because I love Wharncliffe blades better. But they're both excellent knives, and they don't break the bank. Very fun carry, very fidgety knife, and I love the design and the look. Next, kind of like a pairing of the two knives from Spyderco that I carried a lot that are the same knife, just different permutations. So I put them in the same category. This is the River's Edge Cutlery exclusive. This is the CPM 15V Big Brown Bear. And yeah, I really dig the Manix too. And when I've gone for a beefy knife, I've gone for this one more than any others. Number 7, this is one I got this year. You've seen a video of it if you've been on my channel. This is the Giant Mouse Ace Rio, which I picked up at a special event in Kentucky on Father's Day with my dad. Kind of already told that story in that video, but this was a special day and a special knife, and I carried it all summer long. I love this knife. It's just got a beautiful, elegant design. It's Magna Cut. I love the denim micarta, just super good. And it was handed to me by one of my favorite knife designers, Jesper Voxnaes, and I'll never forget that. Very cool. Number 6, the ProTech Malibu, one of my favorite knives of all time and most carried as well, usually in a battle with this knife right here for pocket time. This is Magna Cut, and it's got the textured aluminum, and I'm a sucker for blue. And yeah, when I saw this, I already had 2 other Malibus, and really I carried this one, the exclusive, which I just don't have on the table right now, quite a bit. But I love this Wharncliffe design, so I carried this a little bit more. Great knife. Everybody needs a Malibu. Okay, number 5, the Giant Mouse Ace Tribeca River's Edge Cutlery exclusive with the bronzed titanium and Magna Cut steel. And I gotta say, this is one of my favorite things that has ever happened. 2 of my favorite companies getting together, making an exclusive, and it's absolutely gorgeous. This is a gorgeous knife, very beautiful, and I think they have a few remaining if you're interested, but they only made 300, so if you want one, now's the time. Hey, before we go to the top 4, I want to say thanks to everyone who's subscribed, who watches my videos, who's been commenting and supporting me in any way. I really appreciate all of it. Please consider subscribing if you haven't, and leave a like on the video below. It does help the channel to grow. I have affiliate links down there if you want to use them. I'm an affiliate with River's Edge Cutlery and of course Amazon. And I have a Patreon now too, if you'd like to support me in that way. After the top 10 is over, I'll be sharing some info about 2024, some things I'm looking forward to, and also my first planned giveaway, which is going to be pretty fun, pretty epic, something that probably everybody could use. And yeah, it's going to be pretty neat. Stick around for that. Back to the video. Here we go. Back to the countdown here. Number 4. This was a difficult one to decide because it's probably one of my favorite new pickups this year, and it's been a grail kind of thing for me for a very long time, ever since I got into the hobby of collecting knives. But I got it kind of late in the year, so I didn't think maybe it beat out the other knives on this list. This is the Chris Reeve Umnumzaan, and yep, but man, this is just like a dream come true. I love having this knife. It is everything they said it was and more, and definitely one of my favorites in my collection, and it will be in my collection going forward forever and ever and ever and ever. I'm gonna have to scoot some of these over. Moving these over. Next, number 3 was a surprise to me. I'd seen some videos about this company and read some things. This is Kunwu, and when River's Edge Cutlery got them in stock, I had to go check them out. I actually had headed over there to buy something else for about the same price, and I bought this instead because I was so dang impressed. This is the Kunwu S-Tau in Vanex Super Clean Steel. Fidget monster, super smooth. It is one of the few front flippers that I can actually work. And I love sheep's foot, whatever you want to call it. My goodness, what a cool knife, and beautiful and pretty fairly priced. Good job, Kunwu. Love it. Next, this one was fairly easy. This was a gift. It's a beautiful knife. I found it in the store. Someone who saw my video online got this crazy idea and talked to River's Edge Cutlery, and they got in together. And thank you, Jamie and River's Edge, for gifting me this crazy awesome knife. It's a Hinderer Eclipse 3.0. I haven't stopped carrying this, and I never will. This is one of my favorite knives in my collection now. Shot up there pretty quick. The action is super smooth. I actually like this better than I like my XM18, if that tells you anything. Yeah, this thing is just gorgeous. I love it very much. I'm gonna put that right there because I'm running out of space. That's weird, but that's okay. It's my video. I can be weird. And the top spot, as I told you before, I kind of have to cheat on this because these are interchangeable. I'm always carrying one or the other of these, and that is my Chris Reeve Sebenza in large and my Chris Reeve Sebenza small with these beautiful box elder inlays. I love this knife. Still rocking the EDC micro lanyard that those guys made me. And yep, this is my favorite knife, no question. That hasn't changed, and still one of my most carried. Although it's funny, I have been carrying the bigger one a little bit lately, more often than not. But one of these has been in my pocket pretty much anytime I leave. I don't know, maybe not every day. And of course, I carry more than one knife at a time because I'm a geek like that. Couple of interesting, to me, observations after looking at this. Well, number one, my two most carried knives of the previous years didn't get carried as much this year. That was the Para 3 and the Malibu. I wonder if that means they aren't my favorites anymore, or if I was just on a Chris Reeves kick. I don't know. Number two, I think my habits have shown me another shift. I carried the Pyrite more this year than I carried my QSB Penguin. I actually barely carried my Penguin after I got this, and I still want to say that the Penguin is my favorite budget knife, and I think it still is. I mean, you can't beat the price. I love the form factor. When they came out with the Wharncliffe and the Pyrite, I was like, okay, that might be taking top spot for me. But I'm a little bit in a self-debate about that, but I definitely have carried this way more than my Penguin this year. Maybe if I get a new Penguin, it will take back over. Haha, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Number three, I believe that as far as big knives go, I have pretty much completely shifted away from the Shaman. I don't know why. I love the Shaman. I have the REC exclusive one, and I dig it, but I don't carry it when I want to reach for a big knife. I think I like the slimmer profile better of this, and it still feels just as beefy, and the action is phenomenal. Of course, I have two of these, so they get interchanged quite a bit. Yeah, I think I like the Manix 2 a little bit better than the Shaman. Didn't think that was a thing, but it is. Anyway, there's the top 10 plus 1. Lastly, I want to leave you with some things that I'm looking forward to in 2024. This is probably not an exhaustive list. This is just what I know about and things that I'm excited about. One, I cannot wait to see what River's Edge Cutlery is going to do this year and beyond. I know a little bit about it. You've seen some teasers online, hopefully. So in a way, I guess I should say I can't wait for you to see what they have in store. I've gotten a little bit of a preview. It's gonna be so awesome. I'm so happy for those guys and what they're doing down there. Two, I hope so much that I'll get to go to Blade Show this year. I'll just be in the crowd taking it in. It'll be my first trip down there, and maybe and that'll be the one in Atlanta. And I'm hoping to save up a little bit, bring some things home that are kind of exciting. That'd be fun. But that's not the main reason I'm going. The main reason I'm going is just to experience it. I probably will make a video at some point there, or maybe like some small videos. I'm not sure what yet, but just really want to enjoy my first Blade Show. So I'm really excited about that. If I get to go and you see me there, feel free to say hi. Number three, some companies that I'm excited about other than River's Edge Cutlery. Kunwu is just blowing me away with their releases this past year, and I can't wait to see what they do in 2024. And then companies like Kershaw with their USA made stuff is pretty exciting. Hogue is always exciting to me. USA made stuff that's not that expensive. I'm always very excited to see what Giant Mouse comes out with. And I know we got all of our favorites and our heavy hitters, but those are some that I'm really excited to see what they do. 4, pricing. Controversial to say the least, or, everybody's got strong opinions. I know I have a budget, all these things. And I know some companies will probably keep creeping their prices up and up. And it's kind of a bummer. But I get it in a way. It's a business. But I was excited to see some awesome budget knives last year, and I'm hoping to see some more in 2024. And not only in the budget category, but there are some companies like Protex and the Hogues and the Kunwus and the Spydercos that are keeping their prices fairly manageable and offering some really high-end stuff. Now, that's a grand, gross blanket statement, but I do hope, I hope there's a little bit of competitive spirit in the pricing of knives in 2024. And I know some companies will do that. Maybe they'll inspire other companies to do that too. That'd be sweet. I know that when I look at a knife and I think, wow, that sells for that cheap, they could have charged $50, $100 more for this knife and probably sold it. I really appreciate that as a knife guy because I want to buy them all, but I can't. My wife will not let me. Nor will my budget. 5, I want to grow this channel. It's still just a hobby for me, but I'd still like to do more with it. I plan to dabble with the live streaming again. I kind of broke my setup with OBS. It's a little bit of rocket science to get that program going the way you want, but I plan to figure it out. I'm also in talks with a few folks who I'm going to have on the videos with me, kind of like a podcast style maybe. And so that may be around the corner as well. I'm really excited about that. I still have to prioritize my family and my full-time job, both of which I love dearly. But the channel is slowly and steadily growing as well. I appreciate you all again for supporting and watching. And number 6, my first giveaway of this year will be a one-of-a-kind Ridge wallet. The Ridge wallet videos have been some of my best watched videos. It hasn't been designed yet, but it's in the design process. We're figuring it out, the graphics and what it's going to look like, but I plan to get some special treatment for that Ridge wallet from the custom shop at River's Edge Cutlery, and I think it's going to be pretty neat. I've been talking to Eric down there, and we're going to try to make that happen for my next giveaway. I plan to kind of prepare for that at the 1,500 subscriber mark. At that point, one of you subscribers is going to get a pretty sweet one-of-a-kind REC treatment Ridge wallet. And that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching and hanging out with me today. I hope that 2024 will bring you lots of blessings and lots of joy. And I'll see you in the next one.